All right, moving on now. It is time for Lowe's Home Team Help. It's for Home Team Help, presented by Lowe's, is the official tagline of the sponsorship.
What up, Lowe's?
Welcome to the podcast, Lowe's.
Welcome to the podcast, Lowe's.
We're a podcast of everyone. We love it when new people come to the podcast,
right?
Especially when they're a huge company like Lowe's.
Definitely.
Thanks,
I've
Lowe's.
done some commercials for Lowe's. They treat you right. They're good peeps.
Yeah, which are the commercials that you've done? In your backyard, you were building something
Exactly
in your backyard?
right. It was doing that, watching the game, right? You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Let's go team. That's what I said at the end.
So we need to do that every time we do this ad, as you say. Let's go team.
Let's go team.
We're going to do it with, so we want to look for someone who's, maybe a little under the radar, or who was under the radar coming into the season. We haven't seen him lately.
Right.
And for that, we're going to go to this Chargers game. Chargers beat the Raiders 22-10. Jim Harbaugh in his debut back in the NFL gets a win. Who is your guy that's maybe was a little under the radar that popped in this game for you?
Just an unbelievable story, comeback story. J.K. Dobbins, the running back. And then, of course, when you couple that with, hey, it's Jim Harbaugh, and we drafted Joe Alt, right? In the first round, we're going to run, we're going to play tough. They're a team, again, like we just talked about a few minutes ago in the Patriots. Jim Harbaugh ball is a little bit like that Patriots way. They just go, we're going to play sound, we're going to play good. Most teams find ways to lose games. We're not going to be the team that does that. We'll let them make mistakes and then capitalize off of it. We'll just play sound, kind of boring football at times, but we'll wear on them. But J.K. Dobbins, who had potential to be really one of the best running backs in football, and then I believe it was, patella? And then an Achilles 2 years in a row. And I would tell you that those are the two worst injuries you can have in football right now. Patella tendon, Achilles, a lot of guys never come back the same. And it was awesome to see him all of a sudden just start breaking big runs and becoming a difference maker again. Had a 12-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter, and then had the huge 60-yard run that really helped kind of put the nail in the coffin for the Los Angeles Chargers. So that was awesome to see. Good for him. I love a story like that, a guy who worked hard to come back. And, yeah, is he as fast as he once was? No, but he's still damn fast, and looks like they got something at RB there in Los Angeles.
Yeah, a couple rushes in the first half, didn't do anything. Second half, 8 rushes for 131 yards in that touchdown, long of 61. The big guys, the bully ball for the Chargers, you mentioned it, Jim Harbaugh, that's what he likes to do. Kevin Adrian says, show the big boy some love. Damn okay Joe Alt, allowing 0 pressures to one of the league's best pass rushers. First time that Max Crosby has been shut out in an individual matchup since 2022. The rookie did it in game number 1.
Yes, it's I think this is what we can expect to see with Harbaugh. He's going to protect just Justin Herbert. That's going to be no, we're going to run the ball, and our quarterback's going to feel comfortable, right? It might not look pretty this year. It might take some time. It is a new offense. Receivers are still coming along, right? They have no guy that we can look at right now and go, oh, he's their go-to guy in the pass offense, right? So, I don't expect it to be pretty, but I do expect to see what we saw today. Efficiency, tough, physical, hard-hitting, right? They have a very good coach on the defensive side of the ball, and Jesse Minter, right, that came from Michigan.
Yep.
So that is all positive. But, yeah, that looked like a culture win. And, on the Raiders side of the ball, yeah, the Raiders, the defense, I like the way that looks. The offense, I think I'm going to have questions about. I don't know where it's going to go, right? Gardner Minshew does some things where you always like it, but he always does a few things that you go, oh, you can't miss that throw, or the ball can't slip out of your hands and become a lateral, and you give the ball to the Chargers at the 12-yard line, right? They did that at one point. I don't know if you saw that play. He was kind of getting ready to throw the ball. It slipped out of his hand and went backwards. And it kind of then rolled, and the Chargers picked it up and got the ball at the 12-yard line going in. So that was a big moment. We know he had the interception as well. Yeah, all in all, I worry about, I guess, the quarterback situation and the Raiders' offense altogether.
They feel Saints-ish from last year, where you look at the offense, you're like, what gets me excited on this offensive side of the ball? And you're like, I don't really know that there's much of anything. And I'll tell you what didn't get me excited. My least favorite call, coaching call of the Sunday, Antonio Pierce, end of the game, 4th and 1, with them down 6. and they were on the 43-yard line.
They were in the 40, they were kind of in that no man's land.
Not totally no.
I saw you. I know. I saw you, I think, right after this, right? Did I see you? Or maybe no. I don't think it was. No, it wasn't you. Yeah, that was.
And they punted.
And I was watching it, and he was really, like, not sure what he wanted to do at the moment. He sent out the punt team. I could read his lips, and he was going, should I he said, I think at first he said, should I kick the field goal? Should I go for it? And they ended up punting it, right? They missed a field goal earlier, and I think maybe that scarred him a little bit because that gave the Chargers good field position on a drive as well at one point. So maybe that's what scarred him a little bit, and he did that, but you're right. The game changed after that because then that was the Dobbins long run, not long after that, right? I believe so. So, yeah, that was a tough one. I hear you there. I think he was thinking, like, we've played good D today. They haven't done much on O. Let's see if we can just kind of hang in there and pin them back and get the ball back. But, yeah, between the Minshew fumble, Zamir White fumbled when they were around midfield, kind of moving the ball at one point. That hurt them. We'll see where this goes. But, yeah, am I going to sit here and tell you that, like, yeah, as we said at the time, I don't think Gardner Minshew is going to have the longest leash in the world. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if if it looks like it did today, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Aiden O'Connell in week 3 or 4 or whatever. And not that Minshew was so bad, but it's just not enough good plays, and then you can't have the few negative plays that he had that really hurt their football team.
Congrats to Jim Harbaugh, 5-0 all-time in season openers, 4-0 back with the 49ers, 1-0 with the Chargers now thanks to his buddy and his Lowe's home team helper in J.K. Dobbins. Thanks, Lowe's.
Yo, homies, thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.